Hello, true crimerers. This is the case of Claire Gravel. Viewer discretion is advised. Claire Gravel was born in Massachusetts on August 9th, 1966, and she lived in Massachusetts her entire life. And she was just shy of her 20th birthday when this all happened. She was a student at Salem State University. And on June 29th, 1986, she would go out with some friends to unwind. Claire and her friends had just played a game of softball, so they said, hey, let's go to a nearby pub. And they would end up going to Major Maglish's pub, which is located in the Salem, Massachusetts area. By all accounts, everyone had fun, and Claire would end up leaving sometime around 1, and her friend dropped Claire off at Claire's home sometime between 1:30 a.m. and 1:45 a.m. And that is the last confirmed sighting of Claire alive. And really nobody even had time to know that she was even missing, because that same day, much later in the morning, a couple of workmen noticed a body. And the body was found in a heavily wooded area on the northbound side of Route 128 in Beverly. The woman had been beaten, but her cause of death was strangulation. The body was soon identified as Claire Gravel. She had been brutally beaten, strangled, and murdered, and just thrown off the side of a road somewhere. I don't see anywhere that mentions if she was sexually assaulted or raped. There is no specific mention of that. It doesn't sound like anything was missing from her, and so the detectives who were investigating this case, didn't really know what the motive was. Like, what transpired after she was dropped off by her friend? Did the police investigate that friend, considering that they were probably the last person to see her? I don't see a lot of specific mentions on that, but I'm assuming they probably did. But unfortunately, Claire Gravel's case goes cold. Back in 1986, when this all happened, the technology wasn't there yet. DNA was literally just becoming like an investigative tool that was nowhere even close to being advanced to the point where we're at now. But thankfully, all of the physical evidence and the items and stuff related to this case were preserved well. Around 2012 or so, they were able to take all of the evidence, and on a tank top that she was wearing when she was found, they found a DNA profile that did not belong to her. And when they took that DNA profile, put it into the database, they got a hit. It led them to a then 63-year-old man named John Carey. Well, where was John right now? Well, prison. In 2008, John Carey was convicted of attempted murder, home invasion, and assault and battery. He did this against a woman that after he broke into her home, wrapped a cord around her neck, and dragged her through the kitchen. Thankfully, that woman's son was there and basically chased John out of the house with a knife. And he actually, I think, made contact with John at one point. Like, he hit him and almost stabbed him in the back, but John was able to get away. However, police were quickly led to him and he was arrested and then later convicted of the attempted murder. What connection he had to Claire Gravel, that information is not public. I don't know if they have established any connection. This could have just been a very random thing. And investigators have yet, even at this point, they did not discover a motive in this case. So they had started the DNA process around 2012 or so, but he's not actually formally indicted until about 2022 or so. Sometimes these things just take a lot of time. Based on court documents that I can see, on January 29th and February 26th of 2025, the court conducted an evidentiary hearing on the defendant's motion to suppress evidence derived from being warrantless, I guess. And that appears to be the most recent thing. So he has not yet gone to actual trial for the murder of Claire Gravel, but that is coming, unless he pleads guilty. But the DNA has matched, and hopefully very, very soon, Claire Gravel and her family will get the justice they all very rightfully deserve.